Hi there Pisces, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 25th of May. And this week sees a quite unique planetary connection between the Sun, Mars and Mercury. In fact, Mars and Mercury are going to be absolutely pretty well side by side for the whole week. And if you're keen to make some household changes and you're a pretty cool do-it-yourselfer, you may find yourself motivated to do something that you've been putting off for some while. Some Pisces people may even think of moving altogether, but there can be a lot of conversation going on within the family too. But this does provide the potential for some tensions, because Mars can be a very impatient influence, and when it's sitting right on top of Mercury, and Mercury is quite subjective in your fourth solar house, the potential to take things the wrong way, be defensive and react before really understanding why you're doing so in that way is really strong. And the reason for this is because of two factors. One is because there's a quarter moon on Monday, which is influencing your sector of relating. So how you receive information from other people this week may be a bit faulty. It may not be as accurate. The same situation in a week's time, you might view it in a completely different light. So if you find yourself getting a little bit exercised by how someone's being, try to step back. The other influence comes from your co-ruler of Neptune, which is squaring up to both Mars and Mercury. This can cause some awful muddles. And of course, Mercury is twisting backwards anyway, so the potential for a misunderstanding is really quite strong. There's also the potential for you to think you want something around your emotional or home life that actually is not going to be particularly in your best interest. So I think this is one of those weeks where perhaps you need to give yourself some space. And that space is to just absorb information rather than react to it. So if you take yourself off, think carefully, quietly. If you're minded, do some spiritual meditation. Talk to people who have a real understanding of your motivations and needs and who are very caring and nurturing. But nurture yourself as well. Go for some walks in the countryside. Just breathe in some air. Try not to get too caught up in the emotional helter-skelter that may occur at times this week, because someone could be very subtle about how they try to make a point to you, but that point could be in some way to try to pin you down or put you down, but don't give them the pleasure. And in fact, incredibly, in the second half of this week, there's a wonderful alliance between Jupiter and also Uranus. And that suggests that when it comes to earning money, something can come completely into your situation which you're not expecting, which really can excite you. And this stroke of fortune may require you to react to this quickly. So if there is a lot going on in your emotional life, try to ground yourself down, try to think more practically about things, give yourself space before you respond, particularly around anything which is especially personal or sensitive. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.